Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Kimberly Woods with Mystical Awakenings. Today's topic is dealing with darkness. I know it's an unusual topic for many. Some don't even believe in darkness. The modern mystery school refers to darkness, or what they would call evil, as anything that hinders your personal progression or the progression of another, which I like because it's saying that we're getting in the way of growth or evolution. Damanhur refers to darkness as something that is an opposing force. You can have a general opposing force that is against growth or evolution, but we can also have that opposing force within. So I wanted to talk about a darkness that is without and a darkness that is within. So there are many things that can occur outside of you that will push you off your center or cause you to forget your divinity and your godhood. So some of the more benign, kind of possibilities would be ancestors hanging around. People don't really talk about this because we think of, my grandmother visited me, and that's all fine and good. But I want to talk about it, how it can end up in a way that hinders you in your progression. So if you have ancestors that really like this life and they want to still live it, they can try to live it through you, trying to put thoughts in your mind, or even asking your own soul to go dormant and come in as a walk-in as a soul in you. They may be trying to fulfill a purpose that they felt like they had here on earth. For example, maybe there was a husband that was always protecting his wife, or a father that was protecting a daughter, and they pass on and they want to come back and they're still trying to fulfill that contract. Now, that does not necessarily help you in your own evolution. And so they may be giving you input or thoughts that are trying to fulfill that purpose, but it may not be a higher vibrational purpose for you. So if they're attempting to influence you to listen to them, or asking you to give them access to your thoughts or your body, you can thank them for all the work that they've done and that they've done in this lifetime and they've done in other lifetimes. And you can remind them that they can move on now, that there are many other things that they can accomplish in future lives, or ways that they can still continue to grow. So they may not know this. They may be very attached to this world, very attached to their previous role. And so you might have to remind them. So you might have to say, so tell me the truth. Sometimes you can just say truth. What were you in the lifetime before this one? What was your role? What was your job? Who were you? And allow them to tell you, what were you in the lifetime before that? I was a firefighter. I was principal of a school. I was a farmer. What will you be in the next lifetime or in a future lifetime? But it helps them to see the bigger context, that this was just one lifetime and that they have many others where they will be fulfilling their soul's purpose. So this encourages them to go and be who they're meant to be. Some people have walk-ins, as I mentioned. You may have agreed ahead of time for another soul to walk into your body. This may be a contract that you already set up, or you may have found that the original soul that was in your body could not handle particular pain or a trauma, and it couldn't endure it. And so you've allowed another soul to walk in. Now, this is probably more common than people realize. But what happens is sometimes another soul walks in, but the original soul is still there and it's dormant. And that soul can get reactivated under stressful times. So you may find that during stress, during a fight, that you start to act like a 7-year-old, because maybe that's the time when the walk-in happened. And if this original soul comes on board, it is now acting as that 7-year-old because it hasn't grown any or evolved. And so this could be a problem, right? So you would want to help this soul to move on. You can tell it, again, same thing, truth, your purpose here is met. You are no longer needed. Thank you for all that you did. And You can move on now. Less benign possibilities is sometimes we've had lifetimes where we make contracts or agreements with demons or other entities, even galactic entities. And they don't know the difference between that lifetime and this lifetime. And so they're bugging you. They're going to come in and they want to collect on what you owe them or what was promised to them. So these beings like how it feels to be in a body, and they can be mischievous and angry and resistant. You didn't ask for this, but it doesn't mean that they're still not around, and it doesn't mean you won't have to deal with it. So this brings me to the darkness within. Now, all of us have had darkness within, and it's not something that's talked about a lot. But we have the capacity to invite that darkness within us. We can open a door to darkness anytime we're fearful, angry, judgmental, opinionated. Anytime we feel that feeling, we are opening a door to invite darkness within. So we've all been in those positions. I'll tell you, if there is any darkness that's operating within, they absolutely hate joy. They hate love. They hate bliss. They hate gratitude. They don't want to live there. They don't want to live like that. So it's a great way to counteract any darkness you may be feeling that is within or is trying to wreak havoc. If you feel like a door was open and something is off, then you can say this statement 30 to 100 times, specifically 30 to 100 times out loud until you feel a lightness come over you, like a lightness in your chest, and you feel a shift. Now, this statement was given to me by Gosia Lorenz, and you can find her at gosialorenz.com. That's GOSIALORENZ.com. If you want like a private session with her, she's fantastic, highly trained, super amazing. She can tell you about any ancestors, something in your home. Is there a portal? Are you a portal? What's going on. She can help shift things if you need a more deeper session. So here's the statement that she is given, and it works fabulously. Return to from whence you came, never to return to me, my body, and this reality ever again. Return to from whence you came, never to return to me, my body, and this reality ever again. Say it 30 to 100 times. Now remember this. You are more powerful than any entity or being. You are more powerful than darkness. You are more powerful than these beings, and you have the authority to invite them in or to send them away. Now, people will use, like, in the name of Jesus, or, I am, and they'll say the God that they feel most aligned to. You're basically saying that God's more powerful than you, or Jesus is more powerful than you. And Jesus has said that you will do these things and greater, that you are God in and of yourself. You have the authority. You do not have to depend on another. You have the authority to say, you're not wanted here. You know what? Thanks. Go on your way now. Bye-bye. So don't be afraid. Remember, they love it when you're afraid, and ultimately you are the one in charge. I hope this was helpful for you today. My name is Dr. Kimberly Woods with Mystical Awakenings. Have a good day and evening.